Okay, today we're using the Today we're using the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. I will post the settings. Try and do a little bit more HD this time.
Well, hello there, my bowfishing brethren. It's been a week since I've been playing around with, trying to get this video finished up. I filmed it a week ago on May 8th. It is now May 15th, and just trying to put some of the finishing touches on it. I haven't had much time to work on this stuff. Right there, what you see is my 12-volt box. It's a 12-volt switch box, which controls a battery that is underneath that center console. And I just use that for GPS, boat markers, a couple sets of the running lights, and onboard deck lights, stuff like that. Bilge pump, all the good things that run off 12 volts. One of the things I came up with years ago is installing a small green LED on the top of my trolling motor. And the reason I did that is I wanted to know when the prop was turning. And some of the old key fob systems and everything, you didn't know whether or not the prop's turning. On the new Altera, you can tell by if you look closely at it, but at night it's difficult to do without a backlight on it. But when I seen that green light on the top of that trolling motor, I know the prop is turning. Now I wired that in and used a voltage meter to figure out when the blade was getting current. In just a second here, I'm going to be cutting the audio basically to the soundtrack, and all you're going to hear is the audio coming from the GoPro Hero 3 camera itself, which is sealed in a protective case. There's a hole cut in that case to allow a power cord to go to it, but you get a little bit of audio from it. What I was getting at is that it's just it's really quiet using an inverter and a battery-powered system to power all your lights. This arrow out here is again a very nice thing to have on board, and saves you time and money. They're about 120 bucks, and a great addition to anybody who seriously shoots a lot. It was another great night for Goldfish. On this particular night, I again shot another, I think it was 7 or 8 goldfish that night. Again, just another good night for goldfish. A lot of goldfish this year in 2021. one of the things you see here is, again, a really smooth transition. When your boat is well balanced and you have things going well, you can. I'm drafting probably like 6 inches of water here, and it just, again, a really well balanced boat. So I seen one of my arch nemesis, the white goldfish, which I missed, and you see it running away right there. I've seen like 4 different white goldfish already this year, which is, again, amazing that I've seen that many, and I still have not been able to stick one yet. I've rolled them, nicked them, but I cannot seem to shoot a white goldfish for my life of me, and I really want one bad. I've seen it again over in this little bit of weeds over here, and again, I did my best to aim and follow through and still didn't get them. But nonetheless, it keeps me trying. You know, my wife says I'm stubborn, and I look at it as, well, I'm persistent. My love for shooting goldfish is an example why sometimes they are fun to shoot. You know, I end up shooting at this goldfish, I miss, and the damn thing runs off. Well, they're pretty hard to see in pretty easy to see in shallow water, so it runs off, it doesn't go that far. So I pull back and shoot again. This is my 3rd shot. Boom. Son of a gun. Again, you'll see him run off to my right over here, then he stops again, just at about 3 o'clock there, and not to leave well enough alone, bam, on the 4th shot, I was able to make it happen. You know, so I keep a number of backup bows, and this is a situation where I shot with my my bow that I had in hand. I missed the goldfish. I shot just to his left. Then I shot my backup bow. It was a PSC Discovery, and I shot just over it. And so I went ahead and pulled in the G-Rex, and the fish didn't really run off. You know, I think I half nicked its tail on that first shot, but pulled back and got him on the 3rd shot there too. So again, it's a lot of fun. You know, this water here is no more than about 8 inches deep, and with a Minn Kota 112-pound thrust, 36-volt system, I was able to push through it pretty well. I eventually did end up getting it stuck there, where I went back and I used a push pole to push me along the rest of the way, and then cleared the weeds off the trolling motor to make it back into this one little section here. The water level has dropped at least 14 inches from last year's levels in Saginaw Bay here. I really like having a gaff, and again, use it for so many different things. And you know, maybe they're not cheap, but getting a decent aluminum one is well worth the money. I have a piece of PVC cut out on the side so I can slide that hook down the side of it and holds the rest of the pole in place. Makes it much quicker to access the gaff and you know, get it into the water. You know, as luck always seems to have it, you know, at the end of the evening you start finding fish, and that's also the time that you have to go. You know, most of the shallow water this day was just very unproductive. The cold fronts have still been brutal over the last week in that time period there, and really pushing fish back out to deep water. Well, you know, here I am, and I get into a shallow section of water, which not a single thing is probably below or over a foot deep, and a lot of real mucky, you know, stagnant water basically, and I'm finding fish left and right. They're sort of pressed down into this you know, muck itself, but nonetheless, there they are. I think I ended up shooting like 6 or 7 right in a row, just one after another in this little tiny piece of water, being I think it was goldfish, carp, dogfish, and darn it, I think there was a quillback as well. Okay, this next fish was really caught me by surprise. You know, I thought somebody had shot it first or something like that. No, it had this tumor out the side of it that was actually like poking out from the inside of it, and it had grown over it. It looked like it was really hard, but it was like a big old bump on the side of it. There was nothing on the other side, and nonetheless, I wasn't about to go poking it with my finger or anything like that, so into the barrel it went. Well, as always, I hope everybody has a damn good day, or at least tries like hell, and even by force if necessary. If you have some knowledge, please share it. You know, I think this is, again, a fantastic sport, and I love to see other people participate by sharing their experiences, sharing their knowledge and ideas, so that we all may be able to get out and enjoy our limited time on the water, and do so with, again, making the most out of it. I'm going out again tonight, which is the 15th. We'll have some new video footage coming out here shortly on that as well. As you can tell, I'm a one-take guy. Oh, by the way, you see that? There was a big old pike there on the left. Showing some of the equipment breaking down at the end of the evening here as I'm getting back in, taking those removable floor mats, getting them out of the way. And there's just some running lights there. That is the white 5,000 Kelvin LEDs.